So at first, she was too ugly because of her dad, and now she's too grown. She looks too mature, and she is wearing extensions and makeup, which many critics are not in approval of. And we're talking about Little Miss Blue Ivy. No, it was only a few days ago that Miss Blue Ivy Carter and her dad, Jay-Z, were spotted courtside at the NBA games in Los Angeles. So it was the Lakers versus San Antonio Spurs matchup. Now we know that Blue is 13 years old and she stole the spotlight with her fashion-forward look. She was sitting alongside her dad, Mr. Sean Jay-Z Carter. Now she wore a Balenciaga leather jacket, looking stunning, and she paired it with cargo pants, Isabel Marant wedge sneakers, and carried a diesel handbag. Many fans, they noticed that she looked exactly like her mom when her mom was 14 years old. And as such, it drew a lot of attention. And while it drew a lot of positive attention, there were equally a lot of negative backlash and negative feedback. Many people believe that she's dressed too grown for her age of 13 years old because she's doing extensions, she's doing makeup, and she looks real too mature in the face for a child, and a child of her age should not be dressed in that manner. And we should not look at the fact that she is covered from head to toe and properly clothed, because that's not the problem. The problem is the hair and the makeup, as per the numerous critics that weren't up to par with Blue Ivy's appearance. But this is the thing. No matter what Blue Ivy does, someone will always be unhappy, because when this little girl was much younger, she was dragged through the mud because her hair looked too nappy. She didn't look pretty to these people, and it's because her mom did not choose a handsome enough father, and so why the kids are gonna be ugly. And now that little Miss Blue Ivy Carter has grown up and is growing up to show people that she's beautiful, and she carries both genetics of her mom and her dad balance, and she is pretty, she's beautiful, and she's all that and a lot more. Many people are still unhappy and they're picking this little girl apart. And people need to understand that Blue Ivy or her parents, they're not the problem. The problem is the people. No matter what Blue Ivy does, the critics will always be unhappy and miserable with Blue Ivy's appearance. Her appearance has always been picked apart by grown folks ever since she came out the mother's womb. So I would say to Little Miss Blue Ivy Carter, keep doing you, girl. You look fabulous. You look great. You look stunning. This is how I would want to look at 13 years old, providing that my parents could afford it. But even if they can't afford it, I know that it doesn't give me the right to pick on someone else's child because they can afford a lifestyle that I can only dream of. Blue Ivy is perfection, and what she's doing, it is not too much for her age. She is the daughter of Jay-Z and Beyonce. This is not your child. You would culture your child differently, but it doesn't mean that you should push that narrative on someone else's child. Allow the child to be, allow her to live her life. Once her parents, they are in approval, everything is a-okay. Remember, at the end of the day, none of us are footing the bill. This girl attends a private school. She has bodyguards. She has security. So she is perfectly fine. Let us focus our energy, our drive, our attention more on the kids that are in dire need. For example, the children in Gaza at this time who are experiencing flood and dying of hypothermia because they literally have no roofs over their heads. Blue Ivy is safe, solid, and secure. when you think about everything that comes with that, let's rally your efforts, your energy together and help and focus on the kids who are truly in dire need. And that's all I have to share in this video with you all. If your head is so thick that it does not get through the skull, then that's on you. Peace.